Boy, oh boy, there is a lot of stuff going on in Rainbow Six right now, from the massive changes that Ubisoft is making to Pro League, to outraged players speaking out against Ubisoft. This game is going to look very different in the times to come. First, we'll be discussing Luminosity Gaming's Hyena, because he's had enough with Ubisoft, and he says, freaking NDA, my parents didn't raise me like that, and he goes into detail about his issues with Ubisoft in a tweet longer of his. He starts off by letting us know that he's not speaking for his teammates, he's doing this for himself, and about 3 weeks ago, they were told that LG would be releasing them because they couldn't come to an agreement with Ubisoft for the new LAN League, which is something that R6 leakers told us a couple weeks ago, and throughout that time, Luminosity and Ubi re-entered negotiations, but the players were left in the dark about it, and Ubisoft kept delaying their meeting about knowing if they should leave the team house, because with the COVID situation, they obviously needed to know as soon as possible. Then he says, after threatening to go public with Ubisoft's blatant lack of respect for us as players and individuals, Rob Chiarini finally decided to give me a call and basically said I was being disrespectful towards Ubisoft employees. Rob, try this one. You are grossly unfit to be an esports director. Your body of work within the industry involves the For Honor and Brawlhalla esports scenes, both of which are dead now, and Rainbow Six will join them if this dude is in charge. Having your name associated with 2 failed competitive scenes, one would assume that Ubisoft wouldn't give this clown an even bigger game to F up, but I'm surprised by this company's decisions every day, both in-game and out. Then he says that he thought that his team would be able to look for another org, but because it's Ubisoft, they can't take a rational course of action, so they message people at Ubisoft, and they either didn't get a response or were told that they couldn't be helped. Then he finishes by saying him and his teammates are stuck in Vegas without a job. He reminds us of Luminosity's accomplishments, then talks about how they placed 6th this season, and says the last time I checked, placing 6th is out of the relegation zone, but apparently not anymore, and I guess Ubisoft just straight up kicked us out of Pro League. But fear not, he says he didn't actually break an NDA with that tweet, but wow, who knew that so much stuff was going on behind the scenes? Like, we've already known that LG and EG would be exiting Rainbow Six, but man, I feel bad for these guys, though I would say I'm kind of curious as to what exactly their conversation with Rob went like, and we actually did reach out to both Rob and Hyena, and we didn't get anything back, but there is more, because Ubisoft put out a statement regarding the whole situation. They thank everyone in the organizations and say that they extend a special thank you to EG, LG, and Reciprocity because they say that they won't be joining us for the next season, then say that for the US division, this will be one of the biggest investments in the North American scene to date, and they're in discussion to partner with teams that both support the community and, most importantly, can provide their players with financial stability. These invited organizations will have the right to compete in the US division and are free to choose their starting rosters at the beginning of the 2020 season. During this season, there will be designated transfer windows and rules related to player rosters to provide an additional framework for the teams, and they say that we're strong believers in a performance-based ecosystem that's fair and sustainable for fresh talent to enter the scene, so the new league will still have a path to the US division, including a promotion and relegation system, as well as a robust challenger/grassroots program, so we're still going to have something equivalent to a challenger league. But Ubi's response has not been very well received because these teams don't deserve to get kicked out. They earned their spot in the next season, but Ubisoft just doesn't care apparently. There's pros who have no idea what's going on. This is their career on the line, and many people are calling Ubisoft greedy for this, and even NVK had something to say about it just because everything's public now, and he felt as though he could speak about it. He says this is in no way anyone's fault but Ubi's, and says that they're chasing the big orgs away, and the statement that they put out was vague to try to clean up the mess that they made. And he says that they've talked with other orgs, but most of them wanted nothing to do with Rainbow Six and Ubi. He says it's a bad system followed by terrible communication, and for 5 years, day in and day out, they've made sacrifices only to have their spot ripped out from under them without a chance to even compete for it. But Pengu reminds us that there are 2 sides to each story. It could have been LG failing its players or Ubisoft failing the scene, and I mean that's true, yeah, but I will say that the statement that they put out doesn't really justify EG and LG losing their spots. You know, I would like more clarification from them, and R6 Leaker says that the Reciprocity roster found a new org, and they were able to because they were part of the pilot program, but EG and LG weren't, so they didn't have their spots for this season. They also say that Pro League will have relegation again, we're gonna have the same casters as before, and everyone is saying their goodbyes to ESL because apparently Siege is moving to Face It next season. So what do you guys think about all these changes if they are true, as well as the EG and LG situation, because you really hate to see these guys in that spot, and I really hope this situation gets cleared up quickly. But of course, we have reached out to both parties, we have not gotten a response yet, so I will be here to update you guys in the event that they do say something. But of course, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you all very soon, so take it easy, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.